welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good and you had a nice long weekend. I know I did. I woke up this morning wanting to create a look with these Morphe palettes that I received during the holidays. They are limited edition palettes. I don't know if they're going to be coming back out or if they even have them still, but I can check for you and link it down below if these palettes are still available. But even if they're not, you can create a look like this with very similar colors. These colors are common. They're very easy to find in stores. But if you do have this palette, this could be a look that you might want to try creating. The palettes are, and I want to show you both palettes, but I only used one, which is this one, the Copper Spice. This is the one that I use, and this is the other palette. I will create a future look for you guys, and this one's called the Bronzed Mocha. And I just wanted to show you both palettes, but the one that I used today was the Copper Spice, and it's gorgeous. It's got all these really pretty warm and neutral tones, and you know, I feel like these are colors that you do find in the stores, but I happen to be a big fan of Morphe because their cosmetic line is that they have great quality items. Their eyeshadows are great quality, their makeup brushes are great quality, and it's such a good reasonable price. The prices are great. I am a makeup artist that have been playing with eyeshadows as long as I can remember, since I was a little girl, and I learned a lot about shadows and how the pigments are created and what allows the pigments of the shadows to stay on, to be easy to blend, and to be very creamy and very smooth, and they last a really long time. And I think that Morphe has really nailed it when it comes to their eyeshadows, and not to mention, like I said, their prices are great. This smoky eye that I did is very easy to follow. I always try to make things very simplified for you guys, so that if you're somebody who's new and who's starting in makeup, I want this to be an easy tutorial for you to follow and techniques that anybody can do. One thing about this eye look that I did, I am not a big fan of the wing liner when my eyes are this smoky. I think that when you, and this is a personal preference, and I think that it's more complimenting that when you do a smoky eye like this, when you do the wing liner, it just becomes too much. I love a wing liner, but I don't like it with a dark smoky eye like the one that I have on today. So if you want to try something that's more complimenting, give it a try without the wing liner and try it with, and you're gonna see that it actually looks better. It will really give you a nice smoother finish, and I think it's just more complimenting. If you notice something different, I also went back to my natural color. I love the color hair that I had on before, but I'm not one to really keep up with the maintenance of hair. I like to have my hair my natural color and just go in every 6 to 8 weeks to the salon and get it trimmed. And also, it's just easier for me if I have some grays that I want to touch up. It was a lot easier for me to just touch up my hair. But anyhow, I hope you guys find this tutorial easy to follow and you learn some techniques that I've been using for many years now. You know, I have normal to dry skin, so a lot of the techniques that I use on applying my makeup are techniques that I use that work on my skin to help my makeup last, the application to be a lot smoother. You know, it helps me with my fine lines. It also allows my makeup to last all day. Another thing I didn't do was I didn't highlight with shimmers. I highlighted today with a matte color, and you'll see in the tutorial what I used, but I didn't want to use any shimmers for this look because I had plenty on my eyes already. So it's always good to kind of balance your makeup when you are doing a makeup look. Try to balance it off. Like if you're doing a lot of shimmers on your eyes, don't go and do a shimmery lip, a shimmery blush, and a shimmery highlight. You know, it's always good to balance off your look by, you know, doing some mattes and some shimmers. I just think it's more complimenting. Anyways, if you guys are interested in knowing how to achieve this look, then just keep watching. First, I'm going to use my Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift Primer. I love this. As I said before, it's great to cancel any darkness, any veins that I have on my eyelids, and it's also a great primer. And I'm using that with I'm using my Sigma Precision Round P82 brush to blend that in. Now I'm just using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to set that primer so that it is easy to blend my shadows. Now I'm also using a kohl liner from Nars, and I'm applying that in my waterline and in between my lash line. Now I'm going to push that liner with a Nars synthetic brush, the number 46 eyeliner brush. It's like a push brush that you use to blend and push the liner into your waterline. And now I'm going to smoke it out and smudge that line with a regular angular brush. Now I'm choosing this light brownish color from the palette. It's like a taupe gray color. These colors don't have names on them, so obviously I'll be pointing to them. It's like a nice taupey gray color, and I am placing that right on my eyelid. Now I'm just grabbing a nice, clean, fluffy blending brush, and I'm blending that all in. Here I am choosing this really nice khaki soft color, and I'm also applying that right underneath my crease to blend those two colors in together. Now I'm grabbing this taupey gray shimmery color with my MAC 213 brush, and I'm applying that on my eyelid, and I'm also going to blend that with a clean blending brush afterwards. You can always reapply the color to add more pigment to the color and to make it a little more deeper. And here I'm choosing this really pretty silver taupey shimmery color, and I'm applying that with my blending brush right on my crease. And I'm using my blending brush because I don't want this color to be so strong and not as pigmented. So the blending brush allows the color to be applied very softly. Now I'm grabbing this real pale matte yellow, and I'm applying that on my brow bone with a Real Techniques brush. I'm not sure the name, but just any shader brush will do. And I'm applying more black liner, my Nars Kohl liner, and I'm adding more on my upper waterline and my lower waterline. Now let's jump into skin, and I will go back to my eyes later. I'm using this Photo Finish Primer Oil Drops from Smashbox, and I'm applying that on my skin, and I'm patting that in and pushing it into my skin really well. Now I'm applying my all-time favorite classic foundation, the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation in the color Stromboli. This foundation does oxidize. It's looking very yellow on screen, and it actually did apply very yellow. This is my accurate color, and it will soften later on, as you will see, but it does oxidize a little, and it does come off a little yellow at the beginning. And I am using a damped beauty blender to apply my foundation. And I meant to apply this before my foundation, but I am using the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I love this stuff. It works really good, especially if you have fine lines. I apply that first, then the foundation, and then later I will apply my concealer. But this is a great base for your concealer. And while we let that primer set in and dry, I'm going to apply my false lashes. These are the Ardell Wispy lashes. Here I'm using my favorite eyelash tool. It's from Japanese, and I think MAC makes one just like this, but it's a great tool if you are someone who likes to apply your lashes perfectly right onto your lash line. It helps you clamp your false lashes and your natural lashes together. And here I am curling my lashes. Notice how I don't go too far back into my lash line. I leave a little space in between, and I pump my lashes in the lash curler so that it doesn't create that awful crease. Now I'm grabbing this taupey bronzy color with my Nars eyeliner brush, and I'm applying that on my lower lid, and I'm also going to smoke it out with this small smudge brush. I know I'm not in frame. I always have a hard time applying lower liner, and being in frame, I have to be very close to the mirror. So you get the drift. You just apply the liner and smoke it out with a smudge brush. And go ahead and add more liner, because as you smoke it out, you'll see that the color softens up, so you can always build on it by adding more. Now I'm grabbing this matte khaki color from the palette with my Morphe E18 brush, and I'm just going to apply that on my lower eyelid to smoke it out. Here I'm just grabbing the Maxi Lash mascara from Guerlain, and I'm applying that on my lashes, lower lashes and upper lashes. Any mascara will do. And I am also reapplying a little bit of my foundation that gets wiped away when I lean on my face as I apply makeup. So go ahead and apply a little more foundation if needed. Now I'm using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Vanilla. It is very light. I'm using this to highlight, and I will put my correct color concealer over this. I am applying this with my damp beauty blender, but I am also spraying my damp beauty blender with like a setting spray or a primer spray to apply my concealer. I love the finish that it gives me. It lasts all day, and it helps with fine lines as well. And over the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, I am using my Tarte Shape Tape in a light medium to conceal. And I'm also going to blend it in with my damp beauty blender. This technique that I use by spraying it with a setting spray will make your concealer last all day. You will not have to touch up throughout the day, and it really just sets it in nicely and it gives you just a nice smooth finish. And now I'm setting my under eyes with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I am using the same technique. I am getting my damp beauty blender. I'm going to spray the beauty blender with a setting spray, and I am picking it up with the beauty blender and applying the powder right under my under eyes. And I'm pushing in the product really nice under my eyes, and this technique is going to really set the concealer and not allow you to crease throughout the day. And this technique really works, guys. You need to try it. And I'm getting a very loose brush, a clean loose blush brush. Any brush will do, just to wipe away any of the extra excess powder. And now I'm using my Nars Laguna bronzer to bronze my skin. And I am using the Nars, the Me brush, the Kabuki Me brush. I think it's Me, M-I-E, I should know, I work for them. Bronzer brush. It's a really good bronzer brush or powder brush to apply my bronzer. Now to set my brow hairs, I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to brush my brow hairs. I am choosing a blush from Nars called Almeria. It's a nice plum rosy color, and I'm using my Yachio brush to apply this blush. And I'm going to contour my nose with my Kat Von D Shade and Lights palette. And I am setting my lips for lipstick, putting a little bit of whatever foundation was on my beauty blender, and I'm using the Boldly Bare MAC lip liner, also my Nars Bella de Jour lipstick, and I am using the Nars Striptease lip gloss. Now I'm using my Nars Contour Blush palette in the color Paloma, the best contour powder and highlight in a matte version ever. It's so underrated. It goes on so smooth and it's just the perfect shade of contour. It has that, you know, taupey gray undertone that looks like a natural contour. If you guys are ever in the market for a good contour, give this a try. Was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think down below. And if you did recreate this look, please feel free to share it with me. Send it to any of my social media links that you will see the address at the end of this video. And you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more future videos. Thank you guys for watching.